Well, it could be a busier week for commuters as federal employees are heading back to the office at least 3 days a week now. CTV's Colton Prail has more on this story. Colton, this is an interesting development because they've been working remotely for so long it became an issue in talks and negotiations. Why, though, is the government now ordering those workers back into the office?
Yeah, really, this is something that we've seen play out over the course of the last 2 years or so. You had that move to full remote during the pandemic. Then you go to the end of 2022, there's an order for at least 2 to 3 days in work, or at work in the office, I should say. That's implemented in the spring of 23. And then you're right, as you point out, in that late spring, early summer, we saw that big public sector strike, remote work, such a key aspect of that. And crucially, they didn't get anything in the new updated collective bargaining agreement that specifically highlighted any remote or hybrid working plans. That was in a letter outside of the agreement that said that it would be dealt with on an individual basis between employers and employees, and it wouldn't be done at a group level. But of course, just later on in that month of May, we saw this directive that by September 9th, you would be back in office September 9th, 2024, 3 days a week mandatory if you're an employee, 4 days a week mandatory if you're a manager. And so this long shift that we've seen really comes as there's been a ratcheting up of the pressure to go back to office, especially for this core element of the public service. So much of it has been focused not necessarily on the ability to be productive or the performance of the public service, but on the mission itself and on ensuring, like we've seen so often in corporate templates, the idea that there's a better team environment and more energy and collaboration when working together. It's the same belief here, and the belief that that is even more important in the public service because their mission is to Canadians. It's not beholden to the politics of the day, and they think that's really why this needs to go forward. But of course, all of this under a federal court challenge, although no hearing yet, no date set yet, I should say, for that hearing.
All right, Colton Prail with the very latest from Ottawa for us. Colton, appreciate the update. Thank you.